Everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video we will be creating another app like a URL shortener app, but not exactly. I want to guide you on more advanced feature of Django web framework. So this is part 3. If you haven't watched part 1 and part 2, do check it out. So here I have this web app created, and here if I click on this add link button, it takes me to a form where I can add link. So I'll just add one for Twitter, and I'll just add something like https://www twitter.com, and if you want you can add a slug, but I don't want to add it. I'll just click on create, and if you see here Twitter was added. And if I click on this open Twitter, it takes me to twitter.com. But if I click on refresh, currently the clicks is 0, right, for Twitter. If I refresh it, here you can see click has become 1. If I open it again, if I refresh it, here you can see clicks has become 2. So yeah, pretty basic app, but it will help you to understand a lot of features of Django. So yeah, let's get started. So firstly, you will have to create a folder. Okay, you can name it whatever you like. I have named it as fourth, because this is a fourth project. And here firstly you will have to enable create virtual environment. So for that you can just run this command. Once you run this command, you will have to run this command to activate your virtual environment. Now to run this all this code, like all these commands, you will have to first cd to whatever folder you have created. Okay, so then you can run this command. Then to activate virtual environment, you can run this command. As usual, we will install the Django framework. Then we will need to create this config folder. So for that you can just run this command. So instead of config, you can name whatever you feel like, but it's better you follow what I'm doing, and make sure you don't forget this dot. Once this is done, you will see this config folder over here. Then you will have to run this command. So python manage.py start app links. So it will create this links folder. Then we need to install python install Django crispy forms. So the forms which you see, it helps us to create a much better looking forms. That's why I have installed this library. This is not necessary, but yeah, for better forms it is useful. And I need to use Tailwind CSS along with this Django crispy form. That's why I'm using this library as well. Next you will have to go to config, go to settings.py, and firstly you will have to add your links app. So the app which we created, links, over installed app. We also need to add crispy form as well as crispy tailwind, and you will have to go to the at the very bottom. This is for a tailwind to work with crispy form. So you will also have to add this bit of code. Like I have just copy pasted this from the documentation itself. Once you have done this, you will have to go to links models.py. So links, here you will go to models.py, and here I have imported Slugify as well as model, and this is our model. So it will basically create a table of link inside our SQLite database, which is by default present for Django. So here I have named all the fields which we require in this particular model. So it takes a name, URL, slug, and clicks, and I have assigned appropriate data types like this for this character field, URL field, slug field, and positive integer field. Now this again, like I have explained in previous video as well. So this is this __str__ is basically used to display this particular link in a more user friendly way inside your admin panel. So yeah, I'll show you that as well in a bit. And once this click method is called, basically what I'm doing is that I'm incrementing the click and saving it inside our database. So we will be using this click method. Also, once this save method, if you called, here what I'm doing is that if it is not slugified, so I'm basically calling self.slug equal to slugify self.name, and again I'm whatever. So this save method is by default present, so we are just overriding the behavior of this save method inside our class. So that's why I'm calling return super.save, pass the arguments as well as the keyword arguments. Okay, next here we will have to go to links admin.py. So here you can see that I have imported link from models. and we are just calling admin.site.register link. Then we need to make migration, so you will again have to go to your command terminal, make sure your virtual environment is activated, and here you will have to run this command python manage.py make migration. Then you will have to run this command python manage.py migrate, and then you will have to run another command python manage.py create super user. So once you run this command, it will ask you to enter username, email and password. Just enter something, and to run your server you can just run this python manage.py run server, and you can go to localhost :8000/admin. You can enter your admin credentials. So I will quickly enter my admin credentials. I'll click on login, and remember I told you that the __ str we had added for better looking of links. So that's why here you can see it is looking in a much better way. Otherwise you will see like you will just see objects and you might get confused which one is what. I have already explained this in my last video, so if you are curious you can watch that. Next you will have to create a folder called templates. Again the name should be the same, and inside templates we have to create a folder called links, and inside that we have created _base.html, and I have created an HTML5 template. So also I'm importing Tailwind CSS, and here I have just added one header, and here I have created a div class, and here I have created an anchor tag which will help us to redirect to the home page. I will show you that in a bit where exactly I have written this home. And here I have created a span, and here I have created one nav as well. Inside that I have another anchor tag which does the same thing. So if you want you can have it just redirects to the main page. So if I go to localhost :8000, here you can see if I click on this or click on this, it redirects me to the home page, which is localhost :8000 in our case. And here I have another button called href which will help us to create the link. So if you see this button add link, if I click on it, it redirects to link/create, and here I have named it as create link. I will show you where exactly this is. And here we have just created our button, and this our index.html as well as create.html will come over here, because this is where from our block starts and ends as well. And our index.html and create.html will inherit from _base.html. So inside index.html I have imported links _base.html, and this is our block content. Now this is mandatory steps, and here I have just created our again Tailwind CSS, and I'm looping through all the links which we got, and I'm just displaying the link.name, link.clicks and links.url. okay, and here I'm just displaying link.slug, and here we are just ending our for loop and ending our content as well. And inside create.html again we are extending from _base.html. we also need this because for this crispy form Tailwind CSS thing we need this, and this is our block content starting and here it is ending. And here you can see I have taken a form action method equal to post. Now this thing is necessary from Django because there is cross-site request forgery or something which allows hacker to like hack our sensitive data if you are entering this inside the form. So this will help us to avoid this CSRF_token, and here we are just creating a form and marking like using the pipe operator of crispy which will help us to create the form in a better way. And here we have created one input for submitting the form. So this is necessary, which is the our create button, and I have added some CSS styling to it. Next you will have to go to links views.py, and here you can see firstly I have created our index method, and once you go to the index page we are getting all the links which are present inside our SQLite database, and we are storing in this variable and sending it back to our index.html page. So if you go to index.html, the links which you were getting were from over here. Okay, similarly for root link, what I have done is that so if you see this root link thing, Okay, I'm not using it over here, but it's basically like getting this specific object. I think no, it is not even used over here. Let me just check. Inside urls.py. okay, I'll come back to this. So basically here we are getting an object based on the link slug which you have given. So whatever link slug you have given, it will fetch that particular object for us, and it will help us to link dot click, and it clicks on that particular link and redirects to that particular url. So in our case we went to twitter.com, right? So for that, this thing root link helped us a lot. Next is add underscore link, and here you can see again it takes a request. So this is for our form. So basically the request method depends on whether it is a post request or a get request. So if it is a post request, we are creating a link form. If the form is valid, then we are saving the form and redirecting back the user back to the home screen. Otherwise we are creating a new link form and appending whatever is the form and rendering links create.html. okay, all right. Next we'll go to manage. okay, links views.py. okay, then we have to go to config urls.py, and we will have to include our links.urls as well inside this path. So we are basically telling the configs urls that okay, look into the links folders urls file, and you will find all the urls for our html page. Next is links urls.py. so here it is. So firstly this is for our home page. So the name is home. So if you see inside our index.html, not inside our index but our home underscore base.html, I have written this inside our href. We are redirecting to home. So this home name comes from this home. okay, so we want to redirect to that particular page once you click on the button. And here inside link slug, the data type is of type string. It takes a root link, and here we are just redirecting the name is root link as well. And for creating a link, the user will be redirected to link / create, and here this is the add link method which we had created inside our views, and the name is create - link. So if you see underscore base.html, the button's href points to create - link. That's why it's point to create - link. okay, once this is done, go to links. Inside I have created this forms.py, and basically we are importing forms as well as link, and we are importing the model form. So it takes care for us like everything's for us. So basically we are creating a class metadata. We tell it which model to point to. So we are telling go look at the link model. okay, so inside models.py it will look at the link model, and here we are telling it to create fields for name, url and slug. So if you see our page of link / create, this name, url and slug, it is created with the help of this. And given that we were using crispy forms, so if you see create, it will automatically create this form is automatically helping us to create this all particular fields. So we don't have to worry about it. Like if you see the name is required, if I click on valid, it tells me please fill out this field. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.